From Stand Up, Stand Up on Comedy Central and Contest Searchlight with Dennis Leary, please welcome Ricky Trabucco.
Thank you. Welcome everybody to Helen's for the release party for Donna Accorso's brand spanking new CD. Easy to Love, a tribute to the great Sarah Vaughan. So one more time, let's give it up for Donna. It's a great room, right? I feel like I'm like a sort of like a fly on Lily Munster's hem. I love it here. It's really great. So it's so wonderful that Donna's going to be singing all these great Sarah Vaughan songs. It's also very rude because I was going to sing some Sarah Vaughan songs. That's what I wanted to do. At all. And I love her and everything, but you know, what a bitch. That's great. So I was talking to her downstairs in her dressing room because I didn't have one, and so it's hilarious. And she had a little bit of jitters, like you know, you get little jitters before you go on stage. So I told her to do what I do, and I said, you know, before I go on stage, I talk to imaginary friends, it bolsters my confidence. And she said that she couldn't do that because all of her imaginary friends were in the audience. She now calls them co-workers. Well, she said it, not me. Who's here from Interior Design Magazine, her day job? Oh, wow. Isn't that nice? Everyone's a fucking designer these days. Aren't they? Everyone is a designer. You know what? Me too. Okay, me too. I am. I have a small design company by day called Home at Last. I really do, and it's doing really well, which is why I do stand-up comedy at night to supplement my income. And the few people that I know who does showbiz to support his day job. It's really great. It's really great design thing. You know, I can't stand all these people who come up to me all the time. Oh, what a great! It must be so much fun to pick fabrics and colors for other people. I'm like, you do it. You try doing it. I had a client last week. This is the complete truth. She said, I'd like my walls to be the color of light on water. Huh? Light on water. I'm like, did you have a specific body of water in mind? Because the color of light on the Hudson is a little different than the color of light on, the Caribbean. It's a little different. So I shot her. I'm just gonna kill every fucking client that I have. That's how I'm gonna get a show. That's how I'm gonna get a design show on television. I'm gonna fucking kill every single client that I have, and that's what I'm gonna do. I don't care, I'm just doing it.
I'll help
19 million. Will you help me, please?
I will.
You can be my accomplice. 19 million fucking design shows on television. Where is mine? It's like this old house, that old house, your old house, my old house. By the time I get one, there'll be this old queer. That's what my fucking design show will be. And I'm 69 and awful or something. That's not for the show. Kill them all. I had a horrible client this summer on Fire Island. Big nasty queen. What a surprise. This fabulous beachfront property, that I now refer to as the House of Sand and Fag. Do you know what it's like to go to the D&D building, right, the fancy designer and decorators building, and say to the salespeople, I'm looking for a really bright floral chintz that has to be very sturdy because it's for a beach house, so it has to be able to withstand lots of sun and salt and sand and cum and all kinds of I'm quitting. I'm so fucking quitting. I hate them all. Fire Island's a drag anyway. Why even bother going, if you already have a boyfriend? Or if no one there pays attention to you. Whichever. But it reminds me of my kind of misspent youth. I mean, now, I would never bring anybody home with me unless I had this whole sort of monologue going on in my head, what is safe sex? What is safer sex? What are my limitations? What are his boundaries? Is my boyfriend at home? You know, there's a whole list. It's just like, yes, I do the boyfriend. I'm living with the same man for 15 years. 15 years. Doesn't mean it's working. You know, it's now I can honestly say that after 15 years, I still feel like that for us, the possibilities are absolutely ending. We're just so opposite. I don't know, we fight a lot lately. We've just been like so opposite. It's like, you know, on weekends, for example, like, you know, he likes to sleep late, I like to sleep around. It's just like a strange kind of like... Oh, you too, huh? You know, people ask me all the time, they say, Ricky, how do you do it? 15 years, like how do you make it last that long? You know, it's like, it's very simple. I don't always tell them, but it's a very simple formula, and you all know it, all right? You all know the answer to this. It's one single sentence, and you're gonna help me finish it. Will you help me finish it? This is the recipe for a long-term relationship. You not only have to really love the person, you also have to really cheat on them sometimes. What? Who said like? You have to cheat on them sometimes. Alright, let me just explain something to you. In any long-term relationship, the sex comes and goes. And by that I mean goes. I would never, ever get any sex at home if my boyfriend didn't occasionally fall asleep with his mouth open. Now I know that there are a lot of people, you know, I know some people who, you know, say, oh, that's wrong, you shouldn't do that, that's very bad, and I just call them the cops. You know, the truth is, the real truth is, you have to make an effort. And for Christ's sake, make an effort in a relationship. That's what makes it work. You know, at least once a month. After my boyfriend comes home from a long week of like trying to write a poem or whatever the fuck he does, I don't even know, 15 years later. I don't know what he does to make no money. But at least once a month, you know, he'll come home and I won't have the TV on. I won't, you know, talk about my problems. I won't have crabs. You know, the little things that you do for somebody really make a huge difference. And, I mean, I like to tease him a lot about how much I like, you know, sneak around on him and cheat on him, but the truth is that I do it. I know I sound like I don't appreciate him, you know, but I do. I mean, he may not be the smartest or the richest or, God knows, not the best looking guy in town. But at the end of the day, you know, when I'm lying in bed and I see him standing in front of the mirror, brushing his light brown teeth, I get a really warm feeling in my heart. It's more like a burning sensation in my chest. Kind of runs down my arm and makes my hand go numb. So it must be love, because they say that love is a drug, and some side effects may include nausea, dizziness, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, forgetfulness, and some sexual side effects, including never, ever, ever getting any more. If symptoms persist, please see your doctor. And I do. And I do. On Thursdays, every Thursday, I see Dr. Dan. It's always the same, pretty much. You know, I go in and I lie down and I talk about, you know, my sex life and my work. And Dr. Dan, well, he's a chiropractor, so who gives a shit. But, you know, he's a really good listener. But you know what? You folks have been even better listeners tonight. Now, I'm going to stop yapping. And I'm going to bring to the stage in just a moment the lady, you know, the reason that you came here tonight. But I just want to say one more thing, that, you know, I know I've made this look like a lot of fun up here already. But the truth is that show business, in all its forms, just sucks the life right out of you. It drains you dry, and, you know, look at it. I'm 17 years old. Who's taking me to the fucking prom? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason that you are here tonight is for the lovely Donna Accorso. She's going to sing selections from her new CD. And there it is. Easy to Love, a tribute to Sarah Vaughan.